All right, today we're going to tackle something that can feel, well, super chaotic: your money. We're going to cut through all of that noise and give you a simple, powerful guide to get you from that feeling of chaos to a feeling of total control. So let me ask you something. Where does your money actually go every month? Does that question ever kind of freak you out? You know that feeling, right? Your paycheck hits the bank and then, poof, it just vanishes between bills, groceries, and who knows what else. If you've ever felt that stress about saving or just not knowing where to even begin, then stick around. You are in exactly the right place. Okay, so here's the plan for today. Think of it as our roadmap. First up, we're going to create your money's game plan. Then we'll talk about building a financial safety net for, when life happens. After that, we'll get into a cool trick for giving every single dollar a job. We'll also cover saving for your future and then wrap it all up by showing you how to make that big shift from financial stress to feeling totally in control. All right, let's dive into part one: your money's game plan. Now, the absolute foundation for all of this is a word you've definitely heard before and maybe even groaned at, but we're going to demystify it right now. We're talking about the budget. Okay, first things first, let's just get rid of any negative ideas you have about budgeting. Seriously, a budget is not a restriction. It's not about saying no to everything. It's simply a plan. That's it. It's you telling your money where to go instead of scratching your head later wondering where it all went. And look at how simple this can actually be. Let's just take a round number, say $1,000 in monthly income. You can create a really clear plan. So here, you see $300 goes to rent, $100 to groceries, and, this is key, $200 gets put straight into savings. All of a sudden, that big $400 chunk labeled other isn't some black hole anymore. It's a category you can finally get a handle on. I love this because it really gets to the heart of it all. A budget gives your money a purpose. See, it's not just about paying the bills. It's about being intentional. It's about giving your money a real purpose. And that purpose could be anything: saving for a down payment, crushing that debt, planning an amazing vacation. You are directing your money toward the life you actually want to build. Okay, so once you have that game plan in place, the next logical step is protection. You need a safety net. And that brings us to the power of an emergency fund. So what is an emergency fund? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's money you save specifically for those totally unexpected things you just can't plan for. This is not your vacation fund. It's not your "I really want a new phone" fund. Nope. This is your "uh-oh, life just happened" fund. Just think about it. Life loves to throw curveballs, right? A car breaks down out of nowhere. You get an unexpected medical bill, things that just pop up. For a lot of people, the immediate reaction is to whip out a credit card. Well, your emergency fund is like a shield. It stands right between you and that super high interest debt. So the big question is, how big does this financial shield need to be? Well, the general rule of thumb for most experts is to save up about 3 to 6 months worth of your essential living expenses. And when we say essential, we're talking about the absolute must-pays: your rent or mortgage, food, utilities, the things you have to cover if your income were to suddenly just stop. It's the breathing room you need to get back on your feet without going into a panic. Okay, so you've got your basic budget going, and you're starting to build that safety net. Awesome. Now, if you're ready to take it to the next level of control, let's talk about a really powerful method. It's called the zero-based budget. The core idea here is so simple, but it is incredibly powerful. Income minus expenses equals zero. You're basically balancing every dollar that comes in against everything that goes out, and that includes bills, spending, and even your savings, until the two sides cancel each other out. Now, to be super clear, this doesn't mean you have $0 left in your bank account. Not at all. It just means that every single dollar has been intentionally given a job to do. There's a huge psychological win here, That feeling of complete clarity just wipes out so much financial anxiety. And here's how you do it. It's really just 3 simple steps. Step 1, list all your monthly income, every single dollar coming in. Step 2, account for all of your expenses. Everything: giving, savings, rent, food, your morning coffee, all of it. And finally, step 3, you just assign every one of those dollars to a category until that balance hits 0. That's it. You are now in complete command of your money. All right, so we've covered the defense, planning, and protection. Now let's switch to offense. This is the really fun part: actively saving for your future and using the right tools to build the life you want.
Okay, so when we talk about savings, it's really important to understand that there are two main types. On one hand, you have that emergency fund we talked about. That's your shield against the unexpected storms of life. But on the other hand, you have something called sinking funds. Think of these more like specific savings jars for things you know are coming down the road, like a vacation, a new car, or holiday gifts.
This is a game changer. I mean, we all know Christmas happens every single December, right? It's not a surprise. So instead of that last minute panic and swiping the credit card, a sinking fund lets you just save a little bit each month for it. You basically take a big, stressful expense and you break it down into these small, totally manageable monthly chunks. No stress, no debt. It's brilliant.
So, where do you put all this cash you're saving up? Well, for your emergency fund and your sinking funds, you want your money to be safe, easy to get to, and hey, maybe even working a little bit for you. And that's where the high yield savings account, or HYSA, comes in. It's pretty much just like a regular savings account, but with one major difference. It pays you a much, much higher interest rate. Your money literally makes more money, all by itself, just by sitting there. And here are just a few real-world examples to give you an idea. You can see banks like these offer interest rates that are way, way higher than what you typically get at a big traditional bank. Plus, they often come with great features like no monthly fees or no minimum deposit. It is definitely worth doing a quick search online for the current rates because this is probably the easiest way to speed up your savings goals.
Okay, let's bring this all home. We've covered a lot of ground, I know, but it all leads to one incredible destination: your financial transformation. It's all about moving from that place of stress and anxiety to a place of genuine, honest to goodness control. And if there is just one thing you take away from our chat today, please let it be this. Budgeting isn't about restriction. It's not about telling yourself no all the time. It is about control. It is about progress. It's about empowering yourself to say a confident yes to the things that truly matter to you, all because you have a plan. So what's your path to financial freedom? It's really these three core pillars. First, you plan your money with a budget. You gotta know where it's going. Second, you save intentionally for your goals, the big stuff and the small stuff. And third, you prepare for emergencies so that life's little surprises don't derail you. That's it. Together, these are the pillars that will support your financial freedom. So I'm gonna leave you with this final question. What is the very first step you will take towards your financial freedom? And listen, it doesn't have to be some giant leap. Not at all. Maybe it's just tracking your spending for a single week. Maybe it's opening up that high yield savings account we talked about. Whatever it is, what is that first small step you're going to take?